Danny Flexon here for Seconds Out with 5-0 super bantamweight Chris Bourke. Chris, obviously former member of the Team GB setup. What made you decide to turn over when you did?
Ever since I started boxing, to be honest, I wanted to be a pro boxer and do things as a pro. When I was amateur, I never really thought I'd be on Team GB or anything like that. It was just it was a bonus. As I was training and stuff, I was getting obviously better and better, and then that route came, and then I'd obviously had a few years there and then wanted to turn pro like I always did.
You're now training at the Peacock Gym. Just tell us a bit about your training setup, so who you work with, S&C as well.
Yeah, so I train with Martin Bowers and all the boys there. There's a few coaches, Rabel, Eric, Andre. We train Monday to Friday. It's usually about 2.5 hours in the morning, most mornings. And then I occasionally do a little bit of S&C in the evenings, or I'll go for a run in the evenings, depending on how the week's going.
And as we've discussed, you were a high-level amateur. What's been the toughest part of the transition to the pro game?
To be honest, my style, even as an amateur, was suited to the pros. I like to take my time, plant my feet, pick my shots. So the hardest thing was probably getting used to selling the tickets and that aspect, the business side of it, I'd say.
How's that coming along? Are you a ticket seller? Are you growing as a ticket seller?
Yeah, it's going all right. Thankfully, thanks to all my friends and family and stuff, I sell quite a few tickets, so it's not really too big an issue.
Who have you bonded with the most in the gym? Who are your kind of best mates around the facility at the Peacock?
It's difficult. We're like a big family. It's good. You see the boys every day. I see them more than most of my family, really. So they've become part of my family. So it's all like one big sort of thing. Yeah.
How quickly do you want to be moved now? Obviously, as I said, you're 5-0, 4 stoppages, mainly against journeyman opposition so far, it's fair to say. But how quickly do you want to be kind of aiming for domestic title contention, for example?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to move on whenever. It's down to my manager and stuff. It's my first year as a pro. Had a little bit of inactivity before that year. Just had a few personal issues. So I think next year we push on and get more rounds in and see what happens, see what can unfold.
And as someone with that amateur experience that you have, something I should ask, who's the best guy so far that you've sparred?
As an amateur?
Just overall. Pick more than one if you want.
As the best person I've boxed was a Kazakh, but I can't remember his name. It was in the WSB. He was the hardest fight. I've also sparred with ISAAC DOGBOE. He was a very good fighter. But even boys that I train with every day, like the Louis Lins and the boys my sort of weight in Peacocks, they're all great fighters.
Who do you look at now around your weight as the top fighters to kind of aim for, especially domestically?
To be honest, I don't really know. I'm just focusing on me. I don't know who's in the rankings or anything like that. I'm just taking my fights, and whatever name appears, I'll take.
And tell us a bit about your life outside the ring, so family and what you get up to when you're not training.
Well, when I got a fight coming up, I completely dedicate myself to boxing. Yeah, and then when I don't, I like to see friends, socialise, have a few drinks, just live a normal life really outside of the gym.
Just before we let you go, for people out there that want to know a bit more about you, how can they find you on the various forms of social media?
I'm a bit quiet on Twitter. It's C_Bourke 94, but I'm quite active on Instagram, and that's at c.bourkey, Bourkey.
Brilliant. Well, we look forward to seeing you in action at the fight before Christmas on December 21st, and good luck with the rest of your 2020.
Cheers.